Welcome to part 2 of my EDC videos. This is my extended daily carry, which I carry in a pack that you may have seen before on someone else's channel. This is the REI Load. They do not make this pack anymore, but I'm sure there are comparable things out there. If anyone has a comparable bag similar to the Load, let me know, because I don't have a backup for this one when it goes out on me. We'll start with the one other side pocket that this carry has that did not come with the pack. This is the nylon sheath that came with the Ozark Trail multi-tool, and this may actually be the best part about buying this multi-tool, is this sheath. And inside the sheath I keep, this is basically fold-out utensil set, sort of like a pocket knife, only with utensils. I believe this is supposed to be for camping, but I actually find this really good for when I go to work. If I have something like a pork chop or a steak, the little plastic knives you'll find in the work cafeterias are not going to hold up very well. I don't use the spoon all that often on this, I'll admit, but I use the knife and fork for things like steak, pork chops, that kind of deal. I think this is just a regular stainless steel. I'm not even sure if it's 420 or what it is, but it holds an edge well enough to cut into a steak, and that's really all I care about. And I only use this with food, so I don't have to worry about any sort of contamination or whatever I might have been cutting on before. In the front pocket, which is considered to be probably easier access, I'm going to start with this. This is just a little first aid kit. I've got a few pills, some bandages, antiseptic wipes, towel wet, cleansing wipe, some little instructions for injuries that came with the first aid bag. I really don't think I would have the time to reference those in case of an emergency, but I don't take them out because they don't really take up a lot of space. Don't really feel like they're hurting anything. Luckily, I don't have to get into that very often. This is a smartphone stand from Amazon. These, I believe, are made in China, and they were pretty cheap. And it makes a good little stand if you like to watch, say, YouTube videos. I would take this into the lunchroom with me, prop my phone up, watch a video with some headphones, it's all good. This is an old Tic Tac container, which I have recycled to hold a pair of nitrile gloves and a pair of earplugs. I don't access this very often, but it's good to have in case I ever needed gloves or earplugs. This I actually have used quite a few times. This is a bug relief pen, I guess you'd say. Basically, if you get bitten or stung, you shake this up, twist the cap off. You push this end against your skin where the bite is. It dispenses those chemicals to help soothe the burn and relieve the itch, that kind of thing. Actually comes in handy. I'll get to that in a second. This is what I call a loaner pen. I'd carry another pen on my pants, but I don't like to lend it out. So if someone asks me if I have a pen, this is the pen I give them. It's basically a disposable pen. But what I've done is I've taken a little piece of cardstock, or this may have been the piece of a business card that I had in excess of, and cut out my name and slide it inside the casing so that if someone takes this, they know who to return it to. Somewhat of an honor system, but it also does remind them in case they carry it off. This is just your basic comb, nothing interesting there. Along with the bug bite pen, this is a Tide to Go pen. If I get a stain on a shirt, I want to make sure I get this on it before it sets. I've also got, along with the first aid kit, this is a little pill pack. In here I've got, this is basically Excedrin, this is basically ibuprofen, and these are mucus decongestant. And I periodically refill this as I use these. I probably use the Excedrin most of all, which is why I have the most Excedrin of anything in there. Also in the first aid category, this is basically a Neosporin that I've wrapped up so that it won't puncture. I got that tip from the same place I got the REI Load and learned about it. I watch other YouTubers. This is just a little nail clipper. I don't really need this for myself, but again, it doesn't add a lot of weight. It doesn't hurt to carry it. I've got about 3 or 4 safety pins in here. I mean, they're just safety pins. I'm not going to dig them all out. Dental floss. This is another oddity. This is a contact lens case that I have converted to hold lotion, which is why I put 2 left eye lids on it, so they're both L's. In this case, L is for lotion, not for left. This is a good way to carry something that's kind of liquid or gelatinous without worrying about it spilling, because these twist on and off. They're meant to be watertight. It works for any fluid that you might want to carry, so this is a nice little way to carry fluids. And then lastly, I have this craft stick, and I really don't have a great use for these. I can use them as a straight edge, possibly. I can use them as a shim, like if there's a table leg out somewhere, I could snap this in half maybe and make it something to set underneath a table. The main reason I carry this actually is because my toddler daughter likes to play with things, and this is a really cheap thing I can just hand to her if I make sure it doesn't have splinters in it. And she can carry it around, and for some reason this pacified her. She was crying one day, we couldn't figure out what to do. I handed her a craft stick because I was out of ideas, and that calmed her down. She just wanted to carry a craft stick around. It's cheap, it's lightweight, it's a pacifier essentially, but it's not bad for that purpose. Oh, and something I missed because it was stuck up here. These are Velcroing. Basically, they're kind of like reusable cable ties. They are just a soft Velcro and then the bitey Velcro side essentially on the other side, and you can use this to tie up cables or whatever. They're lightweight, and in fact they hide by sticking to the zipper liner on this, so I kind of forgot about them. They're in there too. And then sometimes also I will have a thing of hand sanitizer. Then in the big pocket, first of all, I have just some Tic Tac. I have a backup flashlight. I do carry a light on body, but in case that one were to go out, they say 2 is 1, 1 is none, so this is my second light. This is a Zippo lighter with the Thunderbird butane insert, so I don't have to worry about fuel on this drying out, which is a very nice thing. It's a very nice little butane lighter. It does get hot, but it's a reliable flame, and that's nice to have. I don't smoke, but nice to be able to light a fire. This is the Victorinox Cadet, and it's got driver, can opener, small driver, knife, which is just 420 HC, a cuticle tool, and a nail file. That's in this little pocket right here. This is a pry bar that you can get off of Amazon. It kind of looks like the back of a hammer, so you can use this to pry up. You can see how much it tapers down, so you can pry smaller pieces with one end, or you can slide both of them underneath, or you can lift nails. You can come at it from 2 different angles, and you've got a little bit of a lever, and then it's got this cord wrapped around it. It's lightweight. I keep it in here so I don't have to put prying forces on something like my pocket knife, which I would hate to do. So on this front pocket here, I've got a pen. There's a backup pen to the one that I carry on my body. In this case, this is a Uniball Signo. I've also got a little Sharpie. These are nice for labeling things that pen doesn't write very well on, or pencil. And then a mechanical pencil. This is the M301 by Zebra pens, which they also make pencils. And it's just a 0.5mm lead mechanical pencil. Prefer to write with the M701, but again, if for some reason I didn't have that on me, I like having a backup pencil. This is just a great value squirt to make water taste better. This is just a notepad in case I need to take a note. Coin purse with just quarters, dimes, pennies. On the keychain, I have this face shield. I've been CPR certified. This allows me to give mouth-to-mouth without putting my lips on a stranger. That's always a good thing. Never had to use that, fortunately. This is something that I've added and I actually use quite a bit, and actually it made a cameo in my knife unboxing video. But this is just a Husky portable blade holder, essentially. It's much like a knife. It's got a back lock, and it locks forward. And you can cut cardboard with this, which is what I usually do with it, is cut cardboard. And then when this knife edge were to run out or dull, I could unlock it, flip it around, put it back in, and I've got another one. And then when that edge goes dull as well, I would just replace the blade. So I prefer to do stuff like cardboard with this as opposed to my EDC blade, because I don't want to have to constantly resharpen my EDC blade. And that's basically it for the free floating. And then I have this back pocket here, and in this back pocket I have a transaction register for my debit card. I'm not going to get into that. I've got a power bank. This is from Radio Shack. I got this from one of their closing stores. It was a good little deal. Cable to charge said power bank, which can also be used to hook up phone or whatnot, because I use Android. And this is just your standard micro USB. Pair of tweezers. Good idea to keep tweezers in your EDC. You never know when you might need them. And lastly, a Fisher Space Pen. So yes, I have a loaner pen in this pocket, usually a pen in my pant pocket, and this pen right here and a space pen on me. That's pretty typical that I have 4 pens. This is the pen of last resort. Keep it in this pocket, zipped, this pocket zipped, and this is usually at the bottom of this pocket because I access it less often than I get the power bank out. So this is basically, when all else fails, I should still have a space pen that will write in any condition. That's my extended daily carry. When I'm at the office, I wear this pack in, and then I will take it off and set it on the bookcase beside me. So I just turn my work chair around and easy access anything I might need out of it. Some of these things are redundant with tools that I have in my desk, where I also have more pens, pencils, erasers, all that fun stuff. This has saved my bacon a couple of times, especially when it comes to things like the cardboard box cutter that I keep in here, the little notepad here, and the bandages. All have come in handy multiple times, and even that silly craft stick that's in there just for pacifying toddlers. That about does it for my EDC video, at least right now. This is an evolving system. I will probably make changes as I find better tools, but this is what I'm carrying right about now. I evaluate things. If I don't use them for a long time, I consider taking them out. I weigh them and figure out, is it worth carrying the weight for the chance that I need this or not? But I don't wear this on my body all the time, so I'm not as concerned with weight on this as I am with weight in my pants pockets and whatnot. That should do it for today. Thanks for watching. Class dismissed.